and welcome back. Thank you for joining me once again. If you came from the unboxing video, shout out to you for sticking around. Listen, I ain't even gonna hold you. We're gonna get right into why you're here. Okay, so today I am going to attempt to make pasta from scratch. Homemade pasta with just these few ingredients. It shouldn't be hard, but we'll see. Listen, I have wanted to try this for quite a while, and I got a pasta roller and cutter for Christmas, so now is the perfect time to try it. I don't think I've ever had homemade pastas. I feel like that's something I would remember if I did. So yeah, we're gonna give it a shot today, and from what I can tell, it seems pretty easy. So even you can try it, but you get to watch me try it. If it fails, it fails. You will see. So from what I can tell, literally all we need is flour, eggs, and a little bit of salt. I saw one recipe that called for olive oil, and I was like, hey, why not? Let's try it. Add a little razzle dazzle. So that is what we're going to do. Most of the recipes I read, it said 3 eggs and 2 cups of flour, but that was like for a lot of pasta, and I'm just cooking for me. So we cut it down to 1 cup of flour and 2 eggs, and we are going to get into it. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so I went ahead and did my flour because you guys didn't need to see me fight with that bag the way I just did. So like I said, I'm only using 1 cup because there's only one of me, and I do not need that much pasta. I will cook it and eat it if I make it, so we're gonna go ahead and reduce that. So I'm doing 1 cup of flour and 2 eggs. The instructions say you need to create like a little pocket for your eggs, so I've already done that. Now I'm going to go ahead and lower this so you guys can clearly see what I'm doing, and hopefully we end up with some pasta dough. All right, let's go. Okay, so we're gonna, let's not make a mess. Crack our eggs. 1. I don't think my pocket is big enough. 2. Oh Lord, we're making a mess already. I don't know what to do. I need a napkin. I'll just use this towel. All right. And then it was the instructions. Okay, wait, because I'm making a real mess. Get back in there. So you're supposed to break the yolk. Break the yolk. This is going to be a mess, you guys. I didn't make my flour section big enough. So we're going to do that a little bit, scramble it a little bit. Now, what I was about to say, we're just gonna put a little, let's make sure it's open. I think most the recipes said half a table or teaspoon. That also was more flour. So we're just gonna, whatever makes you feel good, because why not? And then a little couple, that should be good enough. I read that the olive oil, people add olive oil just to add moisture to the pasta. So it says scramble your eggs and then gradually bring your flour into it, and it's gonna look like a slurry at first, and it's gonna be like really soft, but once it gets incorporated, it'll turn to dough. I don't like the sound that that's making. Let's get this. Okay, well, we're just going to use that whole wall right there. I think it's getting thicker. Let's get this. Okay. All right. Okay, we might be on to something. Don't know if I'm doing this as gradual as the instructions would like, but It's turning into something. I don't know at what point I'm supposed to stop and start using my hands. Oh, and I used wax paper on my counter because I didn't want to make a mess. Oh gosh, and then I did anyway. I didn't want to make a mess on my counter. Some people make dough and stuff right on their counter. You know, my counter is clean, but I'd rather not. So that's really sticky. I don't know if I'm supposed to use my hands yet. Let's just keep doing this. But I think I am. So, you know what? Let's just go for it. I need gloves. Because I don't like the way this feels yet. Let's just add some more flour. There we go. So maybe I just need some flour on my hands. Oh, shucks. There we go. That might be too much flour. But it's dough. That is so cool. Now, I don't know how long I think I'm supposed to do this until it's not slimy anymore. So we're just gonna keep doing that. This is neat. I'm making pasta, you guys. I also haven't kneaded any kind of dough since I was a kid with my mama. She used to make biscuits and like fresh bread and stuff, and she used to let us help, but she would never cook the parts that me or my brother actually played with, pretty much, because that's all we did. And I don't blame her because kids are gross. So yeah. But this is okay. We got some pasta dough. I don't know if I need to keep adding flour. I'm gonna get the rest of this off of this fork though. Or is it too late for that? Uh-oh. See, you know, like, I like to think I don't mind getting dirty, but then stuff like this gets on my hand. And it's like, okay, but gloves are also nice. I personally believe this is fine though. I don't need any more. We use this flour for like, well, when it's time to, in between, when it's rolling time and stuff. Because you got to dust it in between that. Yeah, I don't know how long I'm supposed to do. Oh, it said cut it. And because I'm being lazy and not getting a knife, it said if you see a bunch of air bubbles, it's not ready. I don't think I see air bubbles. Do y'all see air bubbles? I don't know. It'd be too late if y'all seen them. Anyway. Okay. This part's really sticky. Oh. Oh, does that mean I need to? Oh, we have a dough ball. So, why not? Because it's sticking, I think, does that mean it's done? Or does that just mean I need more flour? On my, okay, alright, okay, alright. Oh no, we were doing so well. I should have stopped. Okay, so there's our dough. So we've got our dough. Yay. First part down. So excited. Now we have to let it rest for 30 minutes. I don't know what resting it does. Like I know, like with bread and stuff, I made cinnamon rolls and stuff before. Bread, it means you let it rest to rise. I don't know what we're resting the pasta dough for, but we're gonna do it because that's what the instructions said, for at least 30 minutes. So I'm gonna let that rest, clean my mess, and like prep all the other stuff that's gonna be cooked today, because I'm not just making noodles. I'm going to like actually cook because I need to eat. So yeah, we'll be back once the dough is rested. Okay, so my dough has rested. I've already unwrapped it. I did go back and like knead it a little more because I wasn't sure it was as smooth as it was supposed to be. So I did that, and then I just rewrapped it and let it rest for a whole nother 30 minutes. So yeah, I let it rest longer than 30 minutes because I went ahead and like washed dishes and prep my shrimp and my spinach and stuff, because I'm making shrimp Alfredo or something like that, and I wanted spinach and mushrooms in mine, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, so my dough has rested. Next, the instructions say, it says cut into 4 pieces, but that's usually because it's a bigger ball. So because mine is smaller, I'm probably not gonna cut it. I'm gonna just break it if I can without making a mess. Okay, we're gonna cut it. We're gonna cut it into 2, and then flatten it a little bit, and then it's time to roll it out. See how that goes. Let me like this. I went ahead and put it in some more flour because it was super sticky when I unwrapped it, and I'm not sure if that's the way it's supposed to be or not. Hopefully it goes through the machine fine. This is the drying rack. I put this out so I have somewhere to put the noodles, but I think it's in my way. So I'm gonna move it. If I need it, I'll put it back. But okay, so let's get a little more. There's gonna be flour on the counter. And then put on that sticky side, and you're supposed to flatten it. And we're gonna run it through the roller and see what happens. This is the Antree 3-in-1 roller and cutting attachment. It has 8 thickness settings, I believe. And yeah, it rolls. It cuts into fettuccine and it cuts into spaghetti. I did a unboxing and a review in a separate video. You can go check that out if that's not what brought you here. But let's go. I already have it on the thickest setting. That's where you're supposed to start. Roll it through a couple times. Here we go. Uh-oh. Some got stuck. We're just gonna add a little more flour just in case. See, it's sticking to my hands. I'm gonna run it through again. Add a little, I'm gonna have to dump some more flour. Is this gonna dry out my pasta though? It's like getting stuck on the thing though, so I'm not sure what's happening. Let's lay that there. And I guess we can Move it to the next level. I'm sure the pros are probably cringing. Let's see what happens. Oh no. It's getting thinner though. I think that's thin enough. Especially, I'm gonna do fettuccine. That's definitely thin enough. I'm gonna go ahead and roll this one out. Make sure we got enough flour on it. I could have probably, oh shoot, I did it wrong. This is supposed to be on the thick one. Ah! So now there's like a bunch on that roller. Yeah. Whoops. Don't do what I did. Don't forget to put it back on the right thickness. I am making a mess. I don't know if I should ball it back up or what. Alright, let's try that again on the right thickness. Uh-oh, this one might be a fail. Oh, I was supposed to fold that last one too. Oh well. I'm not redoing that. We're going to do this one right away though. You're supposed to, so you roll it and then you fold it into thirds and then roll it again. I have a whole like layer of sticky dough on this roller now though, so I don't know if this is gonna. Okay, I'm gonna get some more flour and try to fix this. I'll come back when it's time to cut. Okay, I was able to fix it. I put some flour in and kind of pushed off some of the sticky part that was in there, and it actually went really well. You see, I got me a long sheet. I even ran the first one back through another time just to fix it. So now it's time to cut. Uh-oh. I'm supposed to cut these first. Hold on. Sorry, my camera stopped recording. But okay, so as you can see, I have rolled and cut out some fettuccine noodles, and I'm super excited about that. It turned out all right. Looks like I'm gonna like have to go in and separate them, but that's fine. But so yay, as you can see, I got noodles. So now, just for the sake of showing what it looks like when you use the spaghetti side, we're gonna cut some spaghetti real quick. I just cut a small square. Yeah. Oh my lord, there's stuff all over. It looks more like angel hair, but we've got noodles. More noodles. Spaghetti noodles. That is so cool. Alright. So that is how it works. You roll in the middle, you cut it out. It's pretty cool. I'm actually pretty proud of myself. So now I'm just going to, I'm gonna start my shrimp and stuff and start my sauce. And then we're gonna cook these the way you cook regular noodles. I'll show like a cooked one. And then, yeah, we'll taste it and see what it tastes like. And then we'll be done for the day. So I don't know how to tell when they're done. Is it like a regular noodle? So, these are what it looks like. This is what it looks like when it's done. This one's a little thick and chewy. It's because of the thickness of the noodle. The rest of them aren't this thick. But it tastes like a regular noodle, so I think that means I did it right. Yay me. So now, yeah. Oh man. So I guess that means it was a success. So I'm going to strain these, put these in my sauce. Time to make my plate and eat. Yay. Hey y'all, check this out real quick. I was straightening up, waiting for a few things to get done so I can make my plate. And look what I found. I never put the top back on the pasta roller after I washed it. So I did that whole process without the top on. I'm not sure how much of a difference that made, but you know, still a success. My first time, and I didn't have all the pieces and it turned out all right. Yay me. We'll try again next time and see how that goes. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that. So, yeah, that's it. I would say today was a success. I mean, look, I have a whole plate and I am ready to eat it. But, yeah, so, making pasta, I learned that I can do it. Yay, I would definitely do it again, of course, because I have a whole attachment. But I think the whole pasta making process is definitely beginner friendly, as long as you got the little flour, eggs, salt, and a little patience. And you don't mind making a mess, because I made a huge mess. I have flour all over the place, but I'm going to clean that up after I eat. But yeah, it's definitely doable. Even if you don't have a machine like I have, that's an attachment to a stand mixer. But there are separate machines I've seen before, just for pasta making. And then it's also doable by hand. You know, people were doing stuff by hand long before all this stuff was invented. You just gotta roll it out yourself and as thin as you want it and cut it and all that. But definitely doable. Yeah. So I think that is it, because I'm ready to eat. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you're still here now, thank you for watching and sticking around. I hope you come back. If you've enjoyed it, feel free to subscribe and click that bell right beside it if you don't mind, so you get notified the next time I decide to try something, because I do just be trying stuff. I have dry pasta in my cabinet I could have just used, but I wanted to try the whole from scratch thing. And as you saw, I make my sauce from scratch too. I've never used a jar of Alfredo sauce in my life, and I'm pretty proud of that because it's super easy. I'm not hating on you jar sauce users, because you do what you got to do when you need to do it. But I want you to know that it is super easy. You just need some cream, some butter, some garlic, some seasoning, and some cheese if you want it. And there you got you a cream sauce. You feel me? So I am done. Thank you for watching. See you next time.